नमस्कार, मैं अंजलि गुप्ता, आप देख रहे हैं नेशन लाइव। जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि नेशन लाइव की ड्राइव चल रही है नो योर स्कूल। इसी कड़ी को आगे बढ़ाते हुए इस वक्त हम मौजूद हैं होली वर्ल्ड स्कूल में। यहाँ पर हम बात करेंगे यहाँ के प्रिंसिपल मिस प्रीति शर्मा जी से और जानेंगे उनके स्कूल से उनके रिलेशन के बारे में और जानेंगे इस स्कूल की क्वालिटीज़ के बारे में। वेलकम ma'am, the very first question that I would like to ask you is that as a principal, how have you been able to manage the responsibilities of the school?
Indeed, it's a very big responsibility, but alone it's not possible. We have talented people in our team, right, with the support of talented staff that includes every aspect, right, be it housekeeping, the talented teachers we are having, the senior staff and our academic in charges, the school advisor. There are many people, right, but yes, being a pioneer and a flag bearer, I owe this that we have good team.
Right. Ma'am, going back to my very first question that I would like to ask you is that when did we thought of establishing a school, Holy World School, and what was the motto behind its establishment?
See, to be very honest, the motto behind the school itself very clear. It's work is worship. Right, in pandemic we have seen those who were hard working, those who wanted to work, they have done very well online also.
Yes.
Right, many institutions, many startups started, right? So online is because work, you can think about the work, you can think about the task, it's possible. So our motto, the organization's motto is work is worship. That is we are looking forward and taking.
Right. So ma'am, you've been you handling this responsibility for a long time, I guess now. So I want to ask you that as a principal, there is some difference at a time when we are not able to go to the students and we are not able to meet them, sitting here as a responsible person, but still the students, they do want to go to their teachers and to the higher authorities for the problems they face. So how do we deal with those kind of students who are facing problems not only in education, but sometimes they have the psychological problems as well?
See, just now I said that after pandemic these kind of problems has arise like 200%.
Yes.
Right, so what we are doing is like we have divided student into the groups. They are free to talk to the teachers, and obviously the privacy is maintained. In that case, one-on-one conversation is being held always, and yes, keeping the record of the mental health of the students is very much important. So we are calling people from the community that they are most welcome to the school and they can talk to the students, so that because we lead by example. So we are calling those warriors from the community, those who have faced this pandemic era very well.
Right. So this was all about the mental health while we were just
see, it's all about everything. It's about be it mental health, physical health, academics, but the damage was so big that the first concern was to pay attention towards the mental health.
Yes, of course.
Because students are glued towards the screen, right?
Yes.
So there are many kind of syndrome they are facing off, to be very honest. Now the eyesight is the biggest problem of the parents, right? So again, the mentorship, involvement of the teachers, and me monitoring myself, the entire system is what I can say.
Right. Ma'am, getting to the academics, I want to ask that what are the facilities that Holy World School provide to these students? Because of course the teachers are these days making sure that we give the best to the students. So I want to ask about your school, Holy World School.
See, good question. We have started this Center of Excellence, JPCOE, right? And under this we are working upon many approaches, One of these, this is PBL, which is project based learning,
Yes,
right,
of
which
course.
is the part of NEP
Yes,
now, and we are the first school that started with it. Then we are working with these tiny toddlers. We are working upon activity based learning, right. Then CBL, that is concept based learning, which is very much required for 9 to 12th segment,
Yes.
where students are very clear with the things what is going around, but the most important thing is concept. After this pandemic, they are losing upon the concept. They know that it's not good to watch the screen for longer hours,
Yes.
right. But the point is, what is most important is that to bring these students back to the basic. So there we have started CBL. We are again working with the concepts. So this is CBL we are talking about.
You talked about the activities and the learnings which these toddlers are needing these days, of course. So, ma'am, I want to ask that what kind of activities we provide to the students for the better learning and practical knowledge, especially these days, are very much
See,
necessary.
like for skill, if I start from the very junior level,
Yes.
there are two kind of senses we are working upon. One is sensory skills, right, and another is we are working upon their creativity, right.
Creative learning.
Motor skills, more
Motor
of
skills,
it's motor skills. So there are other segments as well. If again, like the way I said that I am, we are working upon bringing back them to the basics. There, right. The facility you are talking about, yes, we are providing them the facilities related to sports,
Yes.
the interactive sessions with the parents, and the smart classes, right. And because interactive boards are over there, because everything needs to be smart these days, smart parents, smart boards, smart gadgets. So these students are very, very smart. So to make that smart, you can call it a smart learning, more of.
So, ma'am, you talked about parents and smart, that's interaction about parents and teachers. Whenever I ask these, the students and parents relationship, I do definitely ask the question that how are we able to, ma'am, counsel the parents these days? Because still, parents are definitely taking care of the students by every kind of nurture they can provide. But still, ma'am, still there are people, the society that are imposing their thoughts and imposing their still mentality about studies. This has of course reduced the doctor and engineering thing, but still there are parents who are wanting to score good for the students, though they ask them to choose the best career for themselves, but still they ask for the scores. So how do you deal with those kind of parents and counsel?
See, to be very honest, in these 3 years the scenario has been changed, right. Scoring is not now not more into the system. To be very honest, my observation, because in pandemic our student has done very well. So, but that very well word doesn't go along with the knowledge level. The concept level is there. That's why we are working upon CBL, to be very honest. So yes, indeed, marks are required. To be very honest, at the end of the day, we are having mark sheet in our hand, but it doesn't guarantee the knowledge level. To be very honest, counseling session with the parents is more important, right. Our teachers are conducting, we are calling the counselors. There are many more association of the schools.
Is it helping? Can you see that kind of improvement in the
I will say yes. Why? Because there were query of the parents that I like they want their kids to be into the science stream after showing, because the scenario is that now we need more economical people, students with more economical knowledge. Then after that, life skills, soft skills we are working upon, because it is an environmental studies. That is also more important. You can see many more organizations are there working for the environment. What will happen after 10 years? So they are looking for more people, those who will be there for working for the environment, working for the economy, and saving the country. Yes, the student from science, engineering, they do play a important role. We have seen their importance in these 2 years. Many of them have lost their life, to be honest. But again, we need to, like I say, back to the basics. we have forgotten. Learn, unlearn and relearn is what I believe, to be very honest.
I just want ask you, can you just give a message to the people who are watching this? Because of course you've been talking about the relation between parents and teachers, you've been talking about the relation between parents and students. So what message would you like to give to the viewers who are watching this?
See, to be very honest, my message to the parents these days, to those who are facing that students are glued to screen, students are, many of the parents are coming up with the complaints, many of the parents are coming up with the complaints that our child is not paying attention, the instructions to what we are giving. So, I just want to say, hold on. The damage has been done. We need to repair it, and to repair it we need time. So give these organizations, the partners, those who are having, it can be family, it can be grandparents, it can be school, just give them time. Whatever damage has been done needs to control, and it will be a matter of time. So pay attention towards the duration is what I will suggest.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for talking with us. तो ये थी होली वर्ल्ड स्कूल के प्रिंसिपल मिस प्रीति शर्मा, जिन्होंने एक बहुत ही यूनिक आइडिया हमारे साथ शेयर किया, जिन्होंने हमें बताया कि पेरेंट्स और टीचर के रिलेशन के अलावा, एक्टिविटीज़ के अलावा, एक मेंटल हेल्थ और एक टाइम जो चाहिए होता है बच्चों को डेवलप करने में, उसके ऊपर थोड़ा हमें ध्यान देना चाहिए. तो अब हम बात करेंगे होली ग्रुप ऑफ स्कूल्स के एडवाइज़र मिस्टर कुमार प्रणय से, और जानेंगे कि सर कैसे मैनेज करते हैं यहाँ की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़, क्या क्या ऐसी सिचुएशंस आती हैं सर के सामने जो सर को डील करना पड़ता है. वेलकम सर. मैम सर, सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन मैं ये लूँगी, एज योर डेजिग्नेशन एज एन एडवाइज़र ऑफ होली ग्रुप ऑफ स्कूल्स, बहुत सारी डिफरेंट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ या प्रॉब्लम्स आपको फेस करने पड़ते होंगे. सो कैन यू जस्ट शेयर अबाउट दैट?
देखिए, द प्रॉब्लम्स आरंट टू मेनी बिकॉज वी आर अ वेरी प्रोसेस्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, and we had been into the system, the education, for almost 30-35 years. So most of the processes are all defined. Now, of course, after this COVID, there had been some changes, and that is pertaining to the academics. Now, the NEP implementation, which is being done across India. So all these things are coming. So we need to do the capacity building of all the teachers. So academically speaking, the capacity building program for teachers are something which is really new, and we are emphasizing more upon the growth of the students, growth in terms of their critical reasoning capabilities, and also concept building. We are trying to make it more activity based learning and the project based learning. So these are different segments. So the 5 years of education, then the 3, then another 3rd and the 4th. So different methods of teaching is being implemented. So this is one, and of course the quality of the staff, because we are trying to have the best quality teachers the way we used to have it earlier, and the way we want things to go further nice. So these are not challenges, but yes.
So next question that I would like to take is that you're talking about team building and everything, sir. There must be some kind of people that who don't go with your planning and everything. ऐसी भी चीज़ें हमें कभी-कभी फेस करनी पड़ जाती हैं जब हम कुछ शेड्यूल करते हैं, बट वो कभी ना कभी अनसर्टेन हो जाता है, और मे बी वो बिल्कुल ही ऑफ ट्रैक हो जाता है. सो हाउ डू यू डील विद दैट?
देखिए, रेजिस्टेंस तो हर जगह होती है. अभी कुछ नया लेकर के जब आप आएंगे तो रेजिस्टेंस तो होगी, लेकिन यही है कि एक अच्छी टीम वही है कि जो चीज़ों को समझे और इम्पोर्टेंस को समझे कि कोई चीज़ क्यों की जा रही है. तो हमें लॉजिकली लोगों को समझाना होता है, विद टीचर्स समटाइम्स, इवन विद पेरेंट्स समटाइम, कि वाई वी आर डूइंग अ सर्टेन थिंग, बिकॉज देयर इज ऑलवेज अ प्रॉपर प्लानिंग, ऑन बेस्ड आउट ऑफ द प्लान वी ट्राई टू डू थिंग्स. तो ये resistance is sometime but not always, but of course we have to overcome resistance. So this is something which experienced people in the team, even I do the same thing. So it is done, somehow it is.
Very interesting question that I would like to take is that you saying that you've been working here like for say 30-35 years. You've been working with this Holy.
No, I have not been working with 35. The school has been there for almost like 30-35. Yes. So Holy World, Holy Convent, all these schools which we have, it has been almost a cumulative 35 years. Because, but then yes, of course I have been connected with the school for a long time, and I see that the school is growing very well, and we have quality teachers, and the management in itself is very, very powerful in terms of their vision, the vision about education, the vision about how to take ahead go ahead with the knowledge imparting process. And the most important part is that we follow the motto that is work is worship, and everybody does that. So whenever there is any challenge or whenever I feel that there is something missing out of a person, then we simply have to ask ourselves, are we really taking our work as a worship? And then you get an answer to that, and everybody gets an answer. So all this resistance which comes in, that also gets sorted. So somehow this is how we had been operating, and we are based out on values. Management is based out of values. We have a proper adherence to the value system, and that is what we are doing, and we are trying to impart it to the student, and they are doing really well.
Right. So very last question that I would like to ask you is that you talked about your journey and everything. My question is, since you have joined Holy Group of Schools, how have your journey been, and how do you like after this, all the journey, your ups and downs, and how has your experience been with this?
Truly speaking, normally what happens is that we take up our job and it becomes, people think that in a school it becomes boring, this is a routine based thing. But for me, it is every day is a new day for me, because we make an event out of every smaller activity, in fact. So if this is an academics, so we try to do lots of work in academics. We've done work in sports too, in cultural activities. Recently we had some competitions, journal competitions, where our students performed very well. So we live with our dreams, and those dreams are with the students now. So whatever we were interested in, we try to inculcate the same thing. We try to make those students understand, and we live our dreams with the students itself. So that makes our task really interested, and not only this, but also that their performance into various competitions, their academic performances, how they are doing in, and what new which we can bring in to make this knowledge process holistic, a 360-degree development for every child. This is the prime thing that we aim up, and if you aim this way, so every day would be a new day, and ideas have wings, so it keeps on coming, and then we go floating about with the same.
तो इस वक्त हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं होली वर्ल्ड स्कूल की कोऑर्डिनेटर कामना झा मैम से बात करेंगे और मैम से जानेंगे कि मैम को क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ फेस करनी पड़ती हैं एज अ कोऑर्डिनेटर्स और किन किन मुश्किलों का सामना करना पड़ता है। वेलकम मैम।
हेलो
मैम, मैं सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन आपसे ये लेना चाहूँगी कि एज अ कोऑर्डिनेटर आपकी कैसी जर्नी रही है अभी तक, और आपने किन डिफ़िकल्टीज़ को फेस किया है?
देखिए, एज ए कोऑर्डिनेटर का मतलब ही होता है दो चीज़ों के बीच कोऑर्डिनेशन करना।
राइट।
तो एज ए कोऑर्डिनेटर जर्नी तो बहुत टफ होती है।
राइट।
कि सबको मैनेज करना, सबको सेटिस्फाई करना, और ख़ासकर पेरेंट्स के लिए।
राइट।
जब पेरेंट्स हमारे पास आते हैं ना, उनको सेटिस्फाई करना जो है एक बहुत बड़ा गोल होता है। क्योंकि ऐसी प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं, कई बच्चे जो है मेंटली डिस्टर्ब होते हैं, साइकोलॉजिकली कुछ ऐसी प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं जो अपने पेरेंट्स से वो नहीं शेयर कर सकते या अपने फ्रेंड्स से भी नहीं शेयर करते। तो उनकी काउंसलिंग करना, उन्हें बिठा के समझाना। फिर दूसरी ड्यूटीज़ है मेरी, जो क्लास में कुछ बहुत ज़्यादा इनडिसिप्लिन स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, नॉटी होते हैं। इनडिसिप्लिन तो नहीं, उन्हें नॉटी कहते हैं कि मतलब कि एकदम से अपनी सीट्स पे नहीं बैठते, वो बहुत नॉर्मल सी चीज़ें करती हैं। तो उनको डिसिप्लिन करने के लिए थोड़ा सा उनको अलग से कुछ टास्क देना।
तो इस वक्त हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं होली वर्ल्ड स्कूल की काउंसलर मिस अर्चना सिंह मैम, और मैम से बात करेंगे और जानेंगे कि मैम कैसे डील करती हैं जो स्टूडेंट्स या टीचर्स या पेरेंट्स के मेंटल इश्यूज़ होते हैं उनके बारे में। वेलकम मैम।
वेलकम
मैम, सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन मैं ये लेना चाहूँगी, एज अ काउंसलर सबके दिमाग में यही थॉट आता है कि कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम है मैम के पास जाइए, कुछ भी दिक्कत है मैम के पास जाइए। तो मैम, कितनी सारी प्रॉब्लम्स आप दिन में फेस करती हैं ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स को या उनके इश्यूज़ को, और कैसे आप उनको हैंडल करती हैं?
मैम, ऐसा है कि बहुत डिफरेंट टाइप्स के प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं। बच्चे अपनी सारी सब कुछ हमारे पास बोलते हैं कि मैम ये प्रॉब्लम है, टीचिंग के रिगार्डिंग या पेरेंट्स के रिगार्डिंग जो भी प्रॉब्लम है। तो उनका सारा हिस्ट्री सुन के फिर हम अपना फैसला देते हैं कि बेटा आपको ये करना है, वो करना है, कैसे आपको हैंडल करना है। और सीनियर स्टूडेंट्स की भी काउंसलिंग करनी पड़ती है।
हाँ।
तो उनको भी बताते हैं कि बेटा देखो, सब तो उतना एवरेज सब है, लेकिन एकदम हाई के लिए तो आपको प्रिपरेशन करनी पड़ेगी।
तो ऐसे ही और यूनिक आइडियाज़ के साथ नेशन लाइव अब तक और अच्छे स्कूल्स लेकर आता रहेगा। उन्हें देखने के लिए बने रहे हमारे साथ। धन्यवाद।